Hi, my name is Vimala Rajendran, and I am now the owner of Vimala's Curryblossom Café, which is a community-supported home cooking restaurant committed to sustainability on every possible level of fair trade, sustainable farming, and just seasonal food sourced locally as much as possible. Well, the community dinners were never a food sale. We just, my friends and I got together and cooked. And the food was cooked during the day off, and was put out. And everyone told their friends. And I had an email list that was used as the announcement list. And so folks came, they brought their own containers, and some took the food home. And many stayed and networked with each other and made friendships. So it was about once a week at the house.
Shannon Harvey. I'm a graduate student in religious studies at UNC. Someone recommended that I meet Vimala because she had these community dinners, and it seemed really, really foreign and weird to me. You know, that she did this thing in her house where she just had people over and they could just eat food, and I don't know. And so I went to one of them last winter, and yeah, and it was really bizarre the first few times going, just sort of walking through her back door and grabbing a plate and eating food. But that's how I ended up, how I heard about it.
This is a very funny whisk. Did it come from our house?
Yes.
Or is it Manju's?
No, it came from our house.
I
figured, I didn't even see this,
Yeah.
but it looked like a good whisk, so I brought it.
Oh no, I've seen it when we had it before.
The dinners are sort of chaotic, you know? I mean, she's got her, it's like, it really feels like her house, when the dinners were going on, her house had been given over to the dinners, like completely and totally. I mean, there's her kitchen, her sort of eat-in kitchen is absolutely, at least on those Wednesdays, given over to spending all day prepping and then cooking and then having the dinner and then cleaning up. And then during the dinner itself, people are sitting everywhere they can, so they're in the eating kitchen, standing in the kitchen while people are still cooking. There's people all in the living room, not usually in the bedrooms, but in the hallway. And then her porch, she has these gas burner, or propane powered burners out there. And so her front porch is like totally not usable for anything except cooking these massive pots of dal and other stuff. And then people would also, when it's warm, like sit out in the front lawn. And so there's this sense in which the dinner is just like that level of, and then and people sit in the basement too. So that willingness to sort of yield your house and your whole, you know, which is, to me, my house is my house. And
For a long time, folks had been asking me if I would start a restaurant. It always seemed too much of a lofty plan, maybe because I never had the capital. So once late last year, when we were going to take the food and serve it for a suggested donation at a coffee shop in Harvey, someone forwarded my email to the health department, and the health department called me and asked me to not serve the food that day. So we brought the food back to the house and served it to our friends anyway, instead of trashing it. And then right away the next day we decided we would look into finding a commercial kitchen. Within 5 days of my starting to talk about the possibility of starting a restaurant, I got 3/4 of the funds needed from family and friends. And then soon after that, we put our money down for this space and started looking into the permitting process with the Department of Environmental Health. And we built the space up. to be able to open the doors in June of 2010.
To go, you go.
This is a big bucket, and this is dosa batter. It's a fermented batter of rice and bean. Can you also soak for dosa? So that's 1 part dal.
Yeah, 3 parts of dal bread.
Yes. And the dal will take about 2 or 3 tablespoons of fenugreek. This being a business, we do not use volunteer labor. So that's a huge difference between what happened at the house and what we're doing right now. And so we also have 19 people on staff, which is an enormous expense. And of course we have an additional rent, so this is not happening at my home anymore. So the cost of running this place is, I would say, $10,000 each month. That's way more than we ever anticipated. Just shaking it up. Right. So this is going to become a thin crepe, poured out and spread on a big pan that's slowly heating up right now. Spreading it out to make it evenly crisp. Alright. This is going to be for Emily. I've been working over 60 hours a week. My days are on an average 12 hours a day for 5 days a week, and even on my days off, I'm still doing things that are related to the restaurant. And everybody else seemed to know that that's how it was going to be, and I'm glad I'm finding out the reality of hard work, but it's so rewarding. I'm glad I'm having the strength to do it. It's amazing. We need a new batch of coconut chutney made today. This is almost finished. We go through a gallon in a day or two. So this is the gunpowder I talked to you about. Yeah, it's 2 kinds of beans, urad dal and chana dal. They are only used in Indian cuisine, so they really don't have an English name, except in India we call the urad dal black grams because the skin is black, but it's not our black beans that are purple inside. These are black skin, but the inside is white. And then chana dal is a non-hybridized version of chickpeas. So the skin is brown, unlike our chickpeas that have beige skin. So the 2 dals have been roasted separately and slowly, dry roasted, and then ground together.
What I'm curious about is how the farther we get from those community dinners, if it's going to change the sort of atmosphere at the restaurant, if there are going to be fewer and fewer people who never attended those or knew what they were like. And I wonder, it's a sad thing to think about if it's going to lose that quality. Maybe not. Maybe the community that went to those dinners has been in Chapel Hill long enough that they're going to sort of continue to come and bring their friends.
The other benefit is, having lived in this town for 25 years, I feel like some portion of my personal history with people in this town tends to walk in the door often, almost every day. and it's you know, I'm a party animal. I love parties. I love people, and being around people energizes me, and I feel like there's a constant party in my house, as we call it now. So that's awesome. I just love it. It's also a standard recipe. It's so classic. Everybody makes it the same way. Mine tastes better because I put a lot of love into it.